Hello, this is SJ Talks in Life coming back at you with another video. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please, and thank you. Thank you to my new subscribers. I'm up to 2K now, up to 2K subscribers now. The TikTok that I posted with the lady talking about she had two husbands and she paid all the bills and stuff. I got 40,000 hits on that thing. And I think that's the one that where people are hitting the subscribe button. And my views are going up with my other videos. Unfortunately, that wasn't one of my videos. I wish one of my videos would have hit like that. But that was a TikTok that I shared. So I want to thank the person that did that. Oh my goodness. I never know what's going to hit. But thank you for my new subscribers. I'm up to 2K now. Help me get up to that 100K. I know that's a long ways off, but help me get up there. I want that YouTube plaque. I deserve it. I've been on here for over 10 years. I deserve it. Okay. So hit that subscribe button, even if you don't watch me that much. But anywho, I did a video talking about P. Diddy, weak apology, and talking about the video where he is abusing Cassie Ventura in a hotel. I'm gonna try to link those videos up to this one. But right now I'm not at home. If I post this video before I get home, I'll link those videos up to this one. Anywho, I want to talk about the statutes of limitations. He did that back in 2016. And the statutes of limitations, because of the statutes of limitations, they can't charge him for it because it happened back in 2016, and this video is just now surfacing, so they can't charge him for it. I think that law needs to be changed. I think that law needs to be changed. United States has a long way to go on women's rights. Um, um, uh, Long ways to go. So that's why I get a little pissed off when men talk about y'all fight for y'all right, y'all fight for, well, it's human rights. Okay, women are human beings. Okay, so we deserve to be treated with respect. Women don't deserve to be abused and beat on. If you're going to do that kind of thing, you don't need to be in a relationship. You need to go get therapy. You need to seek God, and you need to go get therapy, and you need to get help. If you're a type of man that likes to put hands and feet on a woman, even emotional abuse, you need to get yourself some help. Okay, you need to get yourself some help, because I had to tell my son, not putting all his business out there, but I had to talk to my son about this, about not physical abuse, but emotional abuse. And I had to let him know that emotional abuse is just as damaging as physical abuse. So even when you're arguing with your girlfriend, you need to be mindful of the words that you're using with her, because emotional abuse can be just as damaging as physical abuse. And usually the physical and emotional abuse goes hand in hand. But sometimes it's not physical abuse. Sometimes it's emotional abuse. I suffered a little emotional abuse in my past relationships as well. And I did a book review of this book. It's called Toxic Men. I did it. Oh, I can't even find the video. I did this book review a long time ago. I purchased the book through Amazon, so I still have it. I may revisit that. Every woman in America should read this book, because it's things that us women don't think is toxic that are toxic. It's behavioral traits from a man that we don't think as being toxic are toxic. And this woman that wrote this book does a great job of breaking these things down. I did a book review on that book a long time ago, and I really didn't get a lot of views on it. It's called Toxic Men, but I may revisit that. I may revisit that book, because I'm going to reread it, and I may revisit that and may repost another book review on that, because I think every woman in America needs to read that book, because things that us women don't see as toxic behaviors in men are toxic. Things that we don't see as red flags are red flags. So I think that's a good read for women. And it's important for men to know that emotional abuse is just as damaging as physical abuse, and a lot of times the physical and emotional abuse goes hand in hand. And so and that's why I was explaining to my son, my youngest son, that emotional abuse can be just as damaging as physical abuse. So so like you need to be mindful when you're talking to your girlfriend, and when y'all arguing, you need to be mindful of what you're saying to her, because emotional abuse can be just as damaging as physical abuse. And so if a man feels like he needs to talk to a woman any kind of way, call women out their name, or any kind of emotional type abuse situation, a physical abuse, if you feel like you need to put hands and feet on a woman, you don't need to be in a relationship. You don't need to be in a relationship. You need to go seek God first, and you need to go get some therapy. You need to go get help, and you need anger management. Those are things that you need to work on, because before you be in a relationship with a woman, because a man shouldn't be in a relationship with a woman. If you feel the need to physically abuse a woman, mentally abuse a woman, and emotionally abuse a woman, you don't need to be in a relationship. You don't need to be in a relationship, and you definitely don't need to be in a marriage. You need to get yourself some help. You need therapy is what you need. You need God, and you need therapy, because a man has no business abusing a woman, period. Abuse is unacceptable. Any kind of abuse in any form, way, or whatever, it's unacceptable. And men have no business abusing women at all. And you feel like you need to feel like the need to do that, you need to get yourself some help. And you don't need to be in a relationship. And more laws need to be put in place to protect women and children, because a lot of children, particularly in the Black community, are being subject. Women and children, particularly in the Black community, is being subject to abuse. More laws need to be put into place to protect women, particularly Black women. Okay, because we are the least protected. Nobody seems to care what happens to us. There was a lot of people that was around Diddy. People are starting to come forth, bodyguards and a hairdresser. People are coming forth saying that they witnessed this abuse, but they didn't come forth at the time. They're confirming that that happened and other incidents happened. But this guy named Gene Deal that comes on YouTube, and he talks about, he was, I guess, an ex-bodyguard. Okay, if you witnessed all that, why didn't you report it? Because of the money. That's why they didn't report it. It's really disturbing to me how these people was around, all these people around him that witnessed this abuse, and nobody did nothing about it. The hairdresser said that she would take her to her house, and when Diddy would beat her, and she said everybody was scared of him. Okay, well, why didn't you quit then? And why didn't you go to the police? But she said they were scared to do that, because I guess when you're dealing with a very rich, Sean Combs is a very rich and powerful man. When you're dealing with rich and powerful men, they say it's on a different level. Yeah, because they got the money and power to do something to you. They got the money and power to pay somebody to come after you. And I get it. I get that. You know, and if you say something, or snitch as they say, they got the money and power to send somebody after you. And I get that, and I understand that. But but I don't know. It's just disturbing to me that all these people was around him and they've seen this abuse taking place of not only her, but the late his baby mama. What was her name? Give me a minute. It'll come to me. His baby mama that passed away. They said Kim. Um, he was putting his hands on her too. But they said she put her foot down, and they think allegedly he might have something to do with her passing away. But that's alleged. We can't prove that right now. Um, um, but yeah, he put his hands on her too. And and they said allegedly he did other women like this too. And he did some other stuff. But so, it's just very disturbing to me that all these people was around him and they seen all this happening. And I get it that he's a very rich and powerful man, and people were afraid that they were going to get got. And I understand that. I get that. But, and people the people have more courage to come forth now, and I get that too. But I don't know. It's just really sad that she had to endure all that abuse. And still there are still people saying that why did she stay? Duh. It's clear in that video that she tried to escape. It's very clear in that video footage that she tried to escape. We don't know how many other times she tried to leave him. She probably tried to leave many times. He threatened her. They say, well, she was getting money and all that, but she tried to leave that day. We don't know how many other times she tried to leave, but he threatened her. He beat her. If you're being threatened and you're being beaten, and then all the people around you is not going to the police, what I don't understand was, where was her father? Does Cassie have a father? Like, I don't understand it. Where was her father while she was going through all this? Or were Diddy giving them perks too? I don't know. I got some questions. Where was her father when all this was taking place? But because fathers are starting to come forth now and say, I wish a man would. I wish they would put their hand on my daughter. A lot of men are coming forth to saying, and a lot of men are speaking out about what Sean Combs did. So it's unacceptable. If you make excuses for it, then you're just as bad as he is. There's no excuse for it. It's unacceptable. Man has no business putting his hands on a woman like that. And it was horrific what he was doing to her. That was horrific. You wouldn't kick a dog that way. I bet you if that was a dog that he was doing like that, it wouldn't be no statutes of limitations. I bet you if that was a dog he was kicking around like that, they would come for him. The feds would come for him right now. If that was a dog, it wouldn't be no statutes of limitations. Correct me if I'm wrong. If that was a dog, dogs have more rights than human beings, and they got more rights than black people. They care more about what happens to a dog or any other animal than what happens to human beings. I bet you if that was a dog he was kicking around, they would have got him. I bet you they would have got him then. If that was a dog he was kicking. Oh, shame on him for doing that. Oh, yeah. But because it was a black woman, they didn't care. And this needs to stop. This is where laws need to take effect to protect all women, but particularly black women and children, because we are the most unprotected. And the United States has a long way to go. It is unacceptable. No woman should have to endure abuse and being violated. No woman should have to endure that. I don't care what the race. Okay? I don't care what the race. No woman on this planet deserves to have to endure that. Okay? So the statutes of limitations need to be changed. That needs to be changed. It should be no statutes of limitations on abuse. Because you know why? That carries a woman for the rest of her life. I'm sure that Cassie is still damaged. And now that all this stuff is coming to surface, she has to relive all this. She's remarried now, and thank God, happily, and thank God that hopefully this man is treating her with love and respect. But I got a feeling he is. Because he spoke out about it too. But her having to see this is traumatizing. Her having to see this footage and hear about everybody talking about it, it's mentally, it's traumatizing to her. I bet you she's traumatized all over. And she's going to have to endure this for the rest of her life. She's going to have to go through a healing process for the rest of her life. Who knows what else she had to endure. Her court documents were 36 pages long. So she's going to have to go through this healing process. She's going to need therapy for the rest of her life. That's what I'm saying. That $30 million was not enough money. Not in this economy. That's not enough. He needs to pay her more than that. And he needs to be made to take care of her medical bills from here on out. She shouldn't want for nothing. Okay? Because she's going to have to, this is going to be a lifetime thing. She's going to have to, she may not be able to work on anything because she's going to have to, because she's got 2 daughters. She's got another husband and 2 daughters. But she may not be able to work in the industry anymore. I know she cut out some records and she was a model. She may not be able to do all that no more. She may not be able to be in the entertainment industry anymore because of that what he did to her. So she needs to be taken care of. She should not want for nothing, and he needs to compensate his other victims as well. Okay, but he needs to be held accountable for this. There should not be no statutes of limitations. He needs to be held accountable for this. I don't care if the man did it 50 years ago. The man needs to be held accountable because it carries a woman. It damages. I'm telling you, and a man too, a woman and a man. It carries a person for the rest of their life. There should not be any statutes of limitations on abuse. That law needs to be changed. Okay, it needs to be changed, bar none. It needs to be changed because people have to endure the after effects, and sometimes not the mental and emotional effects, but sometimes the physical effects of being abused. They have to endure it for the rest of their life. So no, there should not be any statutes of limitations. You should be able to hold a person accountable, even if it was many, many years later. You should be able to still hold a person accountable other than a civil suit. He should be criminally charged for this. He needs to be legally. It's just appalling to me. And the person who put this, he paid this hotel is closed now, but whoever was the manager of that hotel, that he gave the $50,000 to cover this up, they need to find this person and hold that person. That person needs to be charged too. That they need to be charged too because they took money to cover this up. Nobody protected Cassie. That person, that hotel, when they seen that footage, that manager should have went right to the police. But instead, they took a payoff. They need to find this person, okay? But I got to go here in a minute, but they need to find this person. He needs to be held accountable. United States has a long way to go on women's rights. A woman has the right to be protected. All women, but especially black women, because really, realistically, white women are more protected than black women. We don't have no protection. There is no protection for us legally. I mean, across the board, we've never been protected, and black children as well. These laws need to be changed. United States has a long way to go on women's rights. It needs to be changed. I'm going to leave you with that. But hit me in the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think that the statutes of limitations should be changed on abuse? I think it should. And let me know what you think about this whole situation with Sean Combs, P. Diddy, or whatever it calls itself. And hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you've endured some abuse yourself, feel free to share that. And hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. When you hit that like button, that pushes that algorithm back up. Hit that subscribe button. Help me get up to that 100K. I want to get up to that 100K. I want that YouTube plaque. Okay. Until the next video, love you guys and stay safe and be blessed.